Jackson is known as the King of Pop, and it is clear that he considers himself royalty. Over and over again, we see crowns, thrones, and artwork of Michael adorned as a monarch.
This is the cover from Michael's Lamborghini.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have the hat and the key to it still. This is a 1966 Corvette that Michael learned to drive stick shift in here at the hangar.
Wait, he's been in this hangar?
Yeah.
For decades, Michael Jackson quietly collected far more than gold records and awards. Hidden away were unreleased songs, handwritten lyrics, personal journals, rare photographs, stage costumes, and countless pieces of his life that most fans never even knew existed. Some have never been seen by the public, while others are worth millions on their own. Together, the collection has been valued at more than $1 billion. So what was Michael Jackson actually keeping inside this vault? Let's step inside and find out.
This is, the coolest place I've ever seen in my life. I don't really this is like a museum on crack, chat. We're gonna go through all this stuff. It's not just paintings, there's clothes, there's sculptures.
Cars.
And there's a lot of stories to tell too. Furniture.
History.
How much do you think this whole thing is worth?
Shit, well, we got 2 hangars.
Okay.
And this is one of them. The other one has a lot more stuff in it too. Well over $1 billion of everything in here.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was a few hundred million. Never mind.
That's nuts. We got pieces worth that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. I lucked out. Yeah, that's a big dragonfly flying by. So
is there any of these couches, are they just random couches, or do they have any stories behind them?
No, they got also this all Michael's furniture. This is his stuff.
So he sat right here.
Oh, he slept on here.
Oh.
He slept on these.
When people hear about Michael Jackson's vault, they usually think about unreleased music. But that is only part of what was kept inside. Among the recordings were personal items that revealed a different side of Michael's creativity. One of them was the Hardman piano, where countless ideas first came to life. Beside it was a chair that Michael turned into his own artwork, covering it with drawings, signing it, and even planning to release it as part of a limited edition collection. His creativity went beyond music. He also named and copyrighted many of his artworks, treating them with the same care as his songs. One sketch called My Dream was carefully documented, while another called Their Majesties the King and Queen of Oz represented Michael and Lisa Marie Presley. It is the kind of discovery that shows this vault held far more than music. It held pieces of Michael's imagination.
Yeah, piano. Yes, yeah. So it's a little beat up, but history, and then
Wow.
And then so here's an interesting chair right here. This is one of his chairs. He had this idea of that he wanted to do a limited edition of chairs.
Okay.
And a lot of his artwork, you can see this in especially his chair pieces. See this? This is his artwork here.
Oh, wow.
He drew that on there, and that's his signature down there. And so I had to make sure anybody coming here doesn't clean the furniture, He recorded all of his art. This was all recorded by his last lawyer,
Okay.
who did the AG agreement called For This Is It. But he named this piece My Dream. Maybe while we got it here, there's a photograph of him with the sketch of this piece here. He named everything. It was all recorded at the Copyright Office.
Yeah.
So this one he called it Their Majesties the King and Queen of Oz. And so this is King and Queen.
Yeah.
And he says this is at the time, he said, this is me and Lee.
The deeper you go, the more you realize the most fascinating pieces aren't always the most expensive. They're the ones that reveal how Michael created the image the world remembers. According to the people preserving the archive, it all began with a simple pair of socks given to him as a gift. That idea eventually evolved into one of his most recognizable trademarks, leading to the famous sequined glove. Around it are more pieces that trace his creative journey, from artwork inspired by his own sketches to clothing collected during his travels. There's even one of Michael's Lamborghinis, believed to be the first Aventador, delivered in Los Angeles, displayed beside a massive jacket he picked up in Moscow. Looking around, you can actually see how one simple idea slowly became one of Michael Jackson's most recognizable trademarks.
I mean, he loved these socks, but Cher gave these socks to Michael for him to wear, and then he loved them from then on. Then from the socks it went to the glove, right? So, and of course this is his dance move, which he came up with Billie Jeans for. Oh yeah, this is one of his Lambos. Yeah, that's a Aventador.
First Aventador.
Yeah.
First Aventador to ever touch foot in Los Angeles.
Yeah. And then this here, he got this in Moscow.
Okay.
Where is that?
Right here.
Oh yeah. Oh, right here.
No. It's the big one right there.
Oh right, yeah, it's super heavy. Oh, this is heavy. Wow. Anyway, this thing here, it's from the Kremlin.
Okay.
He got this when he first went there, when it was the UN.
Another part of the vault is dedicated to Michael's custom-made jackets, and it quickly becomes clear these were not ordinary stage outfits. Rack after rack is filled with pieces most fans may have seen only once before they were carefully preserved. One red jacket features artwork connected to the Dangerous album and the Heal the World Foundation, showing how Michael often treated his clothing as another canvas for his creativity. Nearby hangs an official MCM tour jacket with his name stitched inside and the words "In Music We Trust" across the back. Many of these pieces were custom-made and worn only once, making them incredibly rare today. One Ed Hardy hoodie was reportedly offered $500,000 by Kanye West, but the owner refused to sell it. No wonder collectors were unwilling to let pieces like these go.
First, start off with some of the clothes.
Yeah.
This red jacket right here.
Let me
Give me
show
that.
you. No,
Stop, please.
No, let me show you this other thing.
Oh, man. Anyways, this red jacket right here, he did the eyes for the Dangerous album cover, one of the highest selling albums of all time from Michael Jackson. And also at the bottom it says "Heal the World," which is for the Heal the World Foundation. This is a photo of him getting off of a private jet. And he's wearing this official tour jacket.
Oh, it's MCM.
It's a collaboration official tour jacket he did with MCM.
Okay.
Here's his name on the actual jacket.
Wow, that's sick.
And it says on the back, "In Music We Trust."
So everything he got was custom.
Mostly the stuff he would wear is custom, and he would only wear it like once. Here's a Ed Hardy jacket. It's a hoodie that he wore. This is pretty awesome.
Sick.
It has like silk on the inside.
Like what is the worth of these? Like for someone in the chat, they wanted to help donate and to help the the whole building stuff happen. How much would something like this be worth, like realistically?
Well, Kanye offered $500,000 for this specific jacket.
Are you serious?
The deeper you go, the less it feels like a vault and the more it feels like stepping inside Michael's imagination. One of the largest displays brings together furniture and decorations inspired by completely different worlds. Modern designs sit beside early American pieces, while Egyptian, Roman, and Art Deco influences all share the same space. Everywhere you look are life-sized figures, elaborate displays, and objects Michael simply loved collecting. But the most touching part is the collection of bronze statues of children placed throughout the exhibit. Together they create the same dreamlike atmosphere Michael spent his life trying to protect. Seeing it all together, you start to understand how Neverland became so unlike anywhere else. Every piece had its place.
Michael Jackson's furniture collection reflects both the unusual and the eclectic, as waxen figures inhabit various settings, reflecting such styles as modern, early American, Egyptian, Roman, and Art Deco. And in perhaps the most poignant display, bronze figures of children inhabit an endless fantasy world, reflecting a childhood which forever eluded the 50-year-old pop star.
The goal wasn't simply to put Michael Jackson's belongings on display. It was to make visitors feel as if they had stepped inside Neverland itself. Instead of arranging everything like an auction, many of the rooms were recreated almost exactly as Michael had left them. Furniture was returned to its original place, decorations remained together, and each section reflected a different part of his life. Visitors could walk through a recreation of his famous arcade, explore his enormous Disney collection, and even see items from the 2 train stations that once stood at Neverland. For most fans, it was the closest experience to actually walking through Neverland itself.
To put everything together with the exhibition to make it so it's tastefully done, and it's more of a museum quality rather than just lining things up and putting tags on them. And what we've done is we've recreated many of the rooms in Neverland. So a lot of the items that you'll see, the different the beds and the tables, they're with items as they were in the house.
A part of his childhood in one section, elegant displayed items in another, his music career in another, from my observation.
Yeah, we've kind of segregated the different parts of his life as it was at Neverland. I mean, you had the house and the guest houses where he had the furniture. You had some of these life-size figures that he had around the different rooms. And it was an arcade room, and we've recreated that arcade room with all the games, the video games and pinball machines. And then he had a Disney collection, which many of the items, the Disney Anna collection, were in the theater and the main house at Neverland. Then we also there was 2 train stations on the property, so we've recreated and put some of those items back together, so that we wanted to give people and his fans as much sense of Neverland as they could have, since very few people got.
Among all the costumes, furniture and collectibles, some of the rarest pieces are works of art created specifically for Michael. One highlight is an early concept painting by artist David Nordahl, who worked closely with Michael to bring his vision to life. Before the famous portrait was ever displayed at Neverland, Michael personally reviewed this first version, approved it, and gave Nordahl the go-ahead to finish the painting. It's a rare reminder that Michael wasn't simply collecting artwork, he was also part of creating it.
This comes directly from David Nordahl, and it's a painting that he did of Michael Jackson that Michael had commissioned. This is what Michael had seen before David created the masterpiece that hung at Neverland. This was a rendering that he did based upon the instructions that Michael gave to him, and then Michael looked at this piece, signed off on it, approved it, and David created the large painting that hung at Neverland for many years. So we have in all about 4 or 5 pieces from David Nordahl consigned.